Hi guys, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be doing a tutorial on our crackling enamel, which comes in a two-part pack. One is the crackle gel and one is the actual enamel that will crack once it has dried. Now, to start off, and so that you can see the crackle enamel really well, I'm going to apply some decoupage to a board, and then we're going to apply the crackle enamel. So our push-chalk decoupage is made from rice paper, so it's quite translucent, and I always say paint your background in white first. It just makes the colours in the decoupage paper pop more. Just applying one coat of white paint here. Then I'm going to dry that off, and then we get on with the decoupaging. So to apply a decoupage, first of all we need to apply a thin layer of push-chalk infuser on the surface. This is a great product. You can apply your decoupage with this, you can mix your push-chalk pigments with this, and it's also a great outdoor sealer. So it's 3 in 1. We're just applying a very thin layer of the infuser on the surface. And I'm using my push-chalk decoupage push script. And I'm coming in with a dry brush now, and just smoothing all those creases out. Now this paper is strong enough that if you have to pull it up whilst the infuser is still wet, you can do it, it will not rip. Now whilst this is still dry on top, relatively dry, I'm going to cut the edges of the decoupage off. I'm now going to come back in with my wet brush and seal the decoupage. Now you can use a spritzer to help that infuser infuse into the surface. Again, it's best to leave it to dry naturally. If you do have to force dry this, do it gently with the heat gun at a good distance or with a hairdryer. Now that my infuser is dry, I'm going to apply my crackle gel. Take my crackling enamel out. Push-chalk crackle gel is a runny clear material. And I'm just going to apply a very thin layer to my surface. I'm going to leave this to dry naturally. Again, you can force dry it. If you do, whatever utensil you're using, whether it's a hairdryer or a heat gun, always have it at a good distance so that you don't burn your surface. So I'm going to let that dry, and we'll come back to apply the crackle enamel. So whilst my crackle gel's drying, Connor here gave me a great idea to pop some decoupage on this WoodUbend, which is going on the board with the script. This is WoodUbend 2013. It's a script with a little feather on it. So I'm painting it in this nice dark red colour. And then I'll come in and paint the centre in white so that it can receive the decoupage in the middle, but it's going to be a different decoupage. It's going to be a segment from one of Jonathan Mendes' creations, which is called Telegram. This is not the whole piece, this is just a fragment that we had left over. I'm just applying the white paint here so that we can then apply the decoupage. Use a water pen to cut this out. It's a great thing with this decoupage, you can rip it after applying a little bit of water. I'm going to come back in with a little bit more infuser. Just curl those edges round, and that's now ready to go on. I've got a bit of red here, it's okay. You can use it as a shading aspect. So I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to get crackle gel on there as well. Now that that's dry, I'm going to apply my crackle gel. I'm even going to apply it here. You never know how far you want to take your crackles. So we'll let this dry naturally, and we'll see you in a bit. I'm just going to dry this up a bit. This is what it comes like. So you get your crackling gel and your crackling enamel. You put your crackling gel on, let it dry, don't get anywhere near any waxes, and you come in with your enamel. Give it a nice, generous coating. I'm just going to pop some on here. I'll put some crackle enamel on there as well. It's crackling gel, so I'm popping a crackle enamel on here, all over. And I'm going to start drying that off. Now, you won't be able to see the crackles in this because obviously they are translucent crackles. You'll see them once we're finished and we get some wax on there, dark wax. And I'm getting massive crackles on here. Woo. So this is WoodUbend. I'm going to put this up now so we can get it in place. Get some WoodU glue on there. I'm going to activate the glue a little bit with the heat. Just make it stick a little bit faster. And pop that. Where should we put it? There. So there we go, guys. I'm getting my patina. Going around the edge of this to get some nice shading, make it look really old. Go around the edges. So I've got my plush chalk patina in the dark brown, sitting beautifully in all those crackles. And I'm just coming in with the plush chalk patina extending wax, which is just a clear wax, just to fill in so it's not so dark. And then I'll come back and wipe all the excess back so you can see all those gorgeous scrumptious crackles. So I'm going to start off with a lint-free wrap and get as much as I can off. And now you can see all the beautiful crackles, guys. Now in some places, if I want to brighten it up, I'm going to bring the colour. There you go. There's the crackles. So leave that darkness around the edge though. Oh, my last thing on here is I'm going to use some of the new pigments. I'm going to use the bronze. Just going to highlight this. With some pigments to make it look pretty. Not that it isn't already pretty, just make it look prettier. So this is the new bronze alloy. This is a very pretty colour actually. I'm going to leave that nice and thick. And I'm just going to dry brush. Oh, look at all that crackling there as well. So my feather's going to be gold. Just going to do the scrolls, the scrollies. And just a little bit round the edges. Just to give it a bit of character and a bit of bling. There you go, guys. So if I wanted this to clean up here a little bit more, I'll just come in with my baby wipe and wipe it down. There we go, fellas. Guys and girls, you can see all the crackles, even there. You see the crackle in there.